Hello, good evening from Match of the Day 2. And yes, they've put my chair in a different place, which hopefully won't be too confusing. One thing that hasn't changed, though, is that you will get the best action, analysis, and probably, hopefully, the odd row every Sunday night at 10:30, or a little bit later tonight. Alan Shearer and Jermaine Jenas are no strangers to a tussle, and they're here to analyse today's games and the best of Saturday. We start, though, with Manchester United. After their Super Cup defeat on Tuesday night, Jose Mourinho said, "Let's go for Sunday. Old Trafford will be waiting for us." They were, as will West Ham. Playing it cool, is it? We'll come on to him in just a moment, but how would you describe that performance from Manchester United? Dominant?
Absolutely dominant. I would say it was the best performance under Mourinho. It had pace, it had energy, it had an edge to it, and they dominated in every position from start to finish.
So the best performance under him so
I
far
think so.
at United?
It had everything, and it was enjoyable to watch.
All right, then. You believe that part of the reason, or one of the main reasons for that, was the partnership in midfield between Matic and Pogba?
Oh, definitely. I mean, I thought Matic was a standout performer. He was absolutely immense today. We've got a little graphic of his touch map here. 87 touches all over the park. I think this is the thing that impressed me most about both of them. That's Matic. This is Pogba. You can see he's very, very similar. Both very dynamic midfield players. They were just absolutely unbelievable, the both of them today, all over the park and aggressive, and that's what everybody wanted to see.
And you said dynamic for Matic as well. You know, if a lot of people perceive that Matic was bought as this holding midfielder, the touch map shows that he was anything but that today.
Well, he was all over the place, and he showed us different
parts. In a good way.
Yeah, in a very good way. But he showed us different parts of his game. We know he's aggressive and he can get on the front foot and close people down. You just look at him here, supporting Marcus Rashford, offering a different option. Decided to slot in Lukaku and stick it away, but it was from Matic getting on the front foot. This is the side of his game that was just like, for me, tells me he's got such confidence at the minute to do whatever he wants. 1, 2, 3, 4 West Ham plays. He just glides by them. I mean, the crowd went absolutely crazy when he did that. You know, the atmosphere was electric every time he did stuff like that. Does he panic under pressure? No, not today. See you later. Finds his midfield partner.
Do you think that's him knowing that he's coming to play for a manager who has the utmost confidence in him because they've worked together before?
Not just that, but I think you're buying a player that's played in the Premier League for a number of years now. He knows what it's about. And yes, obviously he's worked with Mourinho, and in that situation there, he was on the front foot again, and if that would have stood, it would have came from Matic and what he was bringing to the table today. That level of energy and high press and technical ability was immense.
And that released Pogba?
Well, it did, yeah. It freed him up. This is the Pogba I felt that we've all wanted to see. Playing a little bit higher up the pitch. Again, a lovely ball from Matic. We've got Pogba breaking lines now, running forward, causing problems. He's a big lad. He's imposing. He's got great feet. Just look at the angles that he's creating now, you know, for Matic. You've got a third-man runner in Lukaku. It looked dangerous at all times. And this typified it all. He's playing much higher up from his midfield partner, links in well. And if this is a sign of things to come from Mourinho and this midfield partnership, I mean, the rest of the Premier League should be scared, because both of them were so powerful and immense today. It was brilliant.
And that's highlighted then in the sort of average positions of the two, which on the graphic doesn't look a massive a difference between Pogba and Matic, but just the fact that he's the other side of the halfway line makes a difference.
Correct. You know, he is further forward, number one, but the thing I like about it, Matic's position, he's dictating this whole midfield area. He's the only one just behind that halfway line as a midfield player. He's saying, this is my area, I'll dominate this, the rest of you go forward. And I think the impact that that's had on allowing Rashford to go forward, Pogba to go forward, these are the types of games last year that they would have drew. Right. Getting those more numbers forward enabled them to play free-flowing football, which was just unbelievable to watch today.
Right, I'm pressing the buttons for you, so I'm doing all your work. You take the ball. I'm like Sheringham.
I trust you.
What? You trust me, dear. OK. You want to talk about Lukaku, about United's new number 9?
It was a complete centre-forward performance, and what I mean by that, he was aggressive, he had pace, he gave his players, teammates options, his touch was excellent, but more importantly, when you look at a centre-forward, he has to deliver goals, and he did that today. He was just superb. He was, and I said aggressive as well. He gets in between the two centre-halves and he bullies them. He gets the line of the ball before the two of them and he guides it into the corner. And Joe Hart has no chance once again. He's full of confidence. Look at him again. Right place, demanding the ball, and he'd had a hat-trick if it wasn't for a superb tackle from Zabaleta. He's there in it again, and he wants the ball, he's demanding the ball. As I said, look, what a lovely ball that is there, into Pogba. Pogba gives and goes, and it's a lovely ball back into him, and could do better. There's actually 5 or 6 guys around him here, defenders, trying to take this ball off him. Give, go, gets it back in there. Eventually, they do get it away from him. But I think what they had last year with Ibrahimovic is a very good player, but someone who's coming to the end of his career. What they've got now in Lukaku is they've got a guy, 24 years of age, who's into his prime, who has been around in the Premier League for 5 years, with West Brom, with Everton, who has scored goals every season. Now, I think he can go on to the next level now. He'll get more chances playing in a better team. He should, I think, and could, and probably will, get in between 25 and 30 league goals this season.
I think everybody probably knows by now that Jose Mourinho wins the title in his second season at every club that he's been at. When you sort of drill down into the numbers just that little bit more, you can see that the most he's improved a team in the second season is by 8 points. So if he was to do that with United, it would take them to 77 this season, which probably wouldn't be enough to win the title.
Well, over the last 10 years, the average that has won the league is around about 87 points. So for him to win the league this year, they're going to have to improve by 18 points.
Which is a big ask.
That's one hell of a difference, that is. But the number of games, if you go back to last year, that they drew, I think now they've got the personnel to take it to one stage further, and they can win those games now. So
if you look at some of those games, are you saying if every result stayed the same, they've got to turn 9 of their 15... Are you getting this, Jermaine?
I am, yeah.
Nine of their 15 draws from last season into wins. They've already done one with West Ham. When you look at those games they drew last season, are there enough there that they...
Well, they're doable. Right. Obviously, they're doable. I think they know themselves as a club they dropped far too many points with draws, and that's what Lukaku has been brought in to rectify. And I think today was a clear example that 18-point gap that they've got to try and fill, it's achievable.
And also, it wouldn't surprise me if they're not overdone in the transfer window just yet. It wouldn't surprise me if they brought
another
in at
addition.
least one more in.
OK.